Good afternoon, welcome to another edition of the Spare Change Challenge. Today we are going to be playing some more Heads Up, Sit and Go turbos on Ignition Poker. So we just started, this is actually the first hand. Good timing to start the stream. So buckle up. We're going to play with a 20 buy-in rule. We're not going to move below the $10 level, I don't think. I guess we could, technically. And we're going to play these until we're at $400, then we're going to play the $20 level, take a shot. And we're just going to try and have, well, take like a 2 buy-in shot, and then we'll just, I know these are high variance, but I think it should be fun. Try and move up through the ranks of the heads up. I think it'll be definitely good for our game to do this. And besides, it's too laggy to play cash games. There's really not many options. A lot of you, I mean, PLO is good, but it's kind of hard for me to stream PLO, honestly. I just don't really know what I'm doing yet. If I try to talk through a hand, I kind of get lost. I do better when I'm not streaming it. Maybe one day down the road. That's a good turn card for me to continue betting here. I think he'll have a lot of naked 8s. He'll have a lot of 7x, 6x. So I think a barrel off will usually work. We do have equity here. So I'm going to go ahead and fire the river here. Try to get him off something. There's a lot that he'll fold on that river card. All of his 6x, 7x, things like that. And if we happen to get called there and are no good, we still have chips to play. We're going to try to play a lot of hands in position, not so many out of position. Feel out our opponent. And go from there. So we're flopping top pair. Hard to get it in against a worst hand here. We're going to look at checking this back. Pot control and react to turns and rivers. We've turned a gut shot. That's always good in case he happens to be ahead right now. We have some equity. I think nothing makes sense here except for a call. That's a really good river. We're chopping with a lot of aces now. I mean, I guess also we're beating 8-7. We're losing like ace-9 plus, but I think this is going to be a bluff just as often as anything else, so we just call. And he did turn his 7 into a bluff, which is good for us. So I'm going to drink a Coke here. Well, a generic Coke. I don't drink many of these. This may be my first one in a week. But I've been working out, lifting weights again, doing my normal runs. Actually a little more intense than normal. The year's going good so far for that, on that front. I'm down about, I would guess, I'm going to bet big. Just make it hard to get check raised with like a bluff here. Is there any value on this river? I think he could have like some king X that would call a small bet. We could also induce a raise if we bet 60 here. We're trying to get jack X, king X, 4x, 7x to call here. And that's one of the things I've kind of improved by playing PLO is those spots. Trying to get value from the marginal parts of his range. So yeah, I'm down like, I don't know, a few percent, 5 or... I really don't know the exact because I don't get my body fat tested professionally. It's just by this handheld thing that you kind of, let's say, do that with. I started the year about 10% higher in body fat than what that thing says. I've lost about 15 to 20 pounds overall, depending on how much of that was junk weight to start. Maybe 7% body fat percentage. We're going to protect our hand here on the turn. I expect he would lead with a queen or a king a lot. We don't want to get called by like a 4x gut shot or 7s, that type of thing. So yeah, trying to grow my, well, improve my health at the same time I'm trying to grow a bankroll. So 2 challenges at once. One, you know, kind of personal, but it does lead to other things as well. Kind of got a weird, keep getting a weird graphics area. Now this is actually on my screen. That's not OBS. We will call or we'll get the money in right here if he happens to 3-bet. I got a feeling a 3-bet's coming. We've been kind of aggressive on the button. This is a really good spot for him to get aggressive because I have 9s. And we'll gamble now that So we flop a gut shot. We don't want to get check raised off our equity. Could have the best hand. He could have a hand like King 10 that he check raises, that he has very little. Well, it doesn't have very little equity. Just we can't really stand a check raise here. So when he leads here, he's usually got like Queen X, King 10 type hands. I think just a call makes sense here. It's a pretty good turn card. I mean, honestly, he's just going to have Queen X or Jack X here that he doesn't know what to do with. He'll also have King 10, though, so we have to call. That's a pretty bad card if he has King 10. Honestly. Will he call a bet with King 10? Yeah. I don't know if it's worth a bet here. I mean, obviously we have kind of the nuts, right? If he did have King 10, but what I'm thinking about is thin value here. I just don't know if it's there. Will a queen call one bet? I don't want to get check raised by like 8, 10. Okay, where's check back here? He did just have a jack. It's going to be difficult for him to call a bet there, so. I mean, I can make an argument for just shoving there because he's probably not checking anything that's beating me. And I certainly want to give a chance for 8 to call. It's not like we're risking our tournament either, right? I think a thin value shove. I don't even know if it's that thin. Tell me what you guys think. I don't know. I worked on my setup with OBS. Chat should be working. I haven't tested it yet. Let me test that real quick. Test. Okay, looks like it's working. Cool. Checking back second pair. That's actually a good card to bet and or raise. Okay. We're kind of just running this guy over. Hopefully that just continues. We could just beat this guy and rematch him. He's stealing 100% so far. How many hands is that? 7 of 7. Okay, we can ship the ace 5. We don't mind getting called by a better hand here. We got a 30% chance of taking this down, or we're just still ahead in chips. So hopefully he calls with like King Jack, something like that. Welcome to those just joining the stream. Hopefully we get 3-bet for the first time with our 9s here again. Flopping a set. This is a good spot because this connects with a lot of calling ranges. Good turn. Thinking about overbet shoving the turn. It's hard for him to have a 9. Does he raise a queen though? He's been pretty passive so far. I guess he's going to call 2 streets with a queen anyway, so we might as well just bet. Backdoor flushes flush gets there, ace 5 gets there. It's hard for him to have those hands though. And he just didn't know what to do with his second pair, and we win the hand. We're gonna go ahead and rematch. He declined. So we won our first one here. Now we can update our little one lost here. We're now 1 for 1. Let me go ahead and wait list so we can be waiting for another one of these. We'll update our balance here. We're back to 196. Let's find one of these things. Let's see. There we go. Nobody's sitting at 1 yet, but hopefully it doesn't take that long. Didn't take long last time for somebody to sit with us. That last one we just played is kind of how we like them to go. We pretty much won every pot, didn't we? Did he win a pot? That was pretty awesome. So while we're doing that, we'll update our challenge here. We are now 1 of 1. There we go. Okay. Welcome to those just joining. Clearing the chat there, so I can see what the heck's going on. Excuse me. Okay. So, I mean, if it's going to be like this where we're not getting like instant games, I might go ahead and play both the $5 and the $10 level. Somebody already sitting. Wait, that's not a turbo. I like to play turbos. Wish we could filter it for just heads up. Hell. Okay, so what we can do is maybe sit 2 of these and just hopefully only hopefully 2 don't start at the same time because we don't want to really 2 table. As soon as one pops up, I'll unregister the other. And that way we get a little more action. We don't want to be sitting here waiting all day, right? So we'll do these in 10 tournament streaks. We'll see how we can do over the first 10 here. So far 1 of 1. Basically the goal is just to win 6 out of every 10, right? If you win 6 out of every 10, you win money. So I mean, we've played these in the past, right, where I've had I don't remember what was my biggest streak. Didn't I win like 9 in a row? 10 in a row? 11? I don't remember. A lot in a row at one time. So we should expect most of the competition to be pretty soft in these. A lot of these are just people splashing around, like chasing losses. Like they'll have like just $10 sitting in their account. Don't really know what else to do with it, so they're like, oh, okay, I can double my money up. Let's just play a heads up, right? Yeah. So we get a lot of soft action. So I would think that on this site, if I had to venture a guess, you'll get like, at this level, obviously once you get to 20, 30, you'll get more serious players. I would think at the $10 level, you would probably have 70% recreational, maybe 20% regs that aren't that great, and then 10% serious players that are decent. So that's a pretty good, I mean, if you could just win 60% against the bad players, or 65 against the bad players, 55 against the bad regs, and then 50 or 48% against the strong regs, you're going to win money. That's the theory anyway. That's what we're going to stick to. So, kind of slow today. Normally these fire up pretty quickly. The great thing about Anonymous on this site is you don't have a player name, so when somebody's looking at the lobby and they just see somebody sitting there, they can't get used to seeing the same names. So let's see which one of these registered. Okay, I think it's the $5 one. Make sure. Not that it matters. Oh no, this is the... Is this the $10? Let me make sure I'm not still registered for that other one. Okay, I'm not. Okay, so we ended up with a $10 one. That's good. Oh, no HUD. Hopefully it works. Pot control. We're making pay the ultimate price with like clubs or a 10 or a hand we're chopping with, make it pretty difficult on him. Check folding this flop. He's going to give us free looks. We don't need to be too aggressive on these type of boards. We're going to stab just because we want to get him off like queen highs, jack highs. If I can get this to work. I want it. Okay. That's weird. I guess we'll just bet 20 because it won't let me bet 30. Actually, you know what? Probably need to turn off my hotkeys. That's the problem. There we go. We're going to plan on raising 100% of buttons. Looks like this guy's kind of nitty so far, so I always do a fist pump when we run into a nitty player, because we can just pretty much just build a stack against them. And when the blinds get higher, we'll have like a 2 to 1. We're going to lead with the gut shot and backdoor flush draw here. I don't expect him to have that many 9s in his range. That's actually a pretty bad card. He's not going to fold a 10. He's not going to fold an 8. I mean, yeah, we're not beating anything. I don't think he's folding anything necessarily. We're just going to give up on this one. This is one we can give up on. There's a lot of rivers we would just fire, but this is not one of them. Go up here. Can't win them all. We're back to even, that's fine. Yeah, he has straight, so he's not folding that, I don't think. It's nice up in the show. Go ahead and bet the overpair here. Looks like he's kind of fit or foldy, maybe. He's not even considering anything. He just, if he doesn't connect, he just folds. So that's good for us. We'll open 100% of buttons with that in mind. Probably have the best hand here a lot, so we're just going to lead. Still expecting us to have the best hand. Maybe he folds a 4 on the turn. Bucket deuces, 5s, I don't know. King high is certainly good there a lot, because most people, even fish, will raise aces on the button. Ace X. We'll just do that. I wish these were hyper turbos, but turbo's good enough. Holding here. So this looks like a show and teller type person. He's gonna show me and give me all the information on every hand I play. His first 3 bet I'm not gonna call with 4 deuce. Suited is probably I'm gonna call. He thinks he's gonna get in my head, but all he's doing is just giving me information, which is really bad for him. For me to have any more information than I already have. So hopefully he just keeps doing that. I think just solid play against this type of player is gonna win. We should be winning here. Raise this. Flop and Gen. He's been kind of a little bit sticky in some of these type of boards, so we're going to call our bet for sure. Darn it. I mean, I'm not going to check back there when there's some gut shots out there. This guy's only stolen a few hands, so we're going to play pretty honest in the big blind until he starts opening up his game, if that happens. Flopping top pair, we're going to be deceptive here and check back. We have kind of the nuts now. So we're going to let him bluff. He's already shown me a couple bluffs, so let's let him do that. We go for thin value here against the queen or jack. We have a chop, so we lucked out a little bit there. But unlikely. Domination doesn't happen that often, especially high heads up. It's not really that big of a concern. Not in no limit hold'em. We're gonna just fold. We have to show occasionally that we can fold a button. Can't have 100% range, although maybe this player doesn't even notice one way or the other. We're gonna lead for min here. Check, like we're stabbing with a king. Now I'm pretty sure we're getting called by a king. We're not folding. We're not folding. Okay, so he had the nuts. So we got a little bit lucky there that he didn't raise the flop. I'm not saying that we would go all the way with that, but we would definitely put more money in there than what we did. So that's good. So we know that he will limp strong hands on the button, which is good information. Just barreling off here. Playing the board, bet again. Have busted flush draws, 6x type hands. Or he'll have trips and he'll just call me down. That's fine. I mean, sometimes people make hands, but most of the time they won't, and we'll just win those pots, right? So we're still in the game. Blinds are low. Hopefully he doesn't get too much more lucky against us, right? Good c-bet board here. We're just going to fold here. Could be drawing dead for 2 like backdoors. Okay, so he bluffed again. I mean, that's kind of a spot where kind of an information raise that he would be making a lot. And also he might be loosening his game up now that we are short. Yeah, we're just going to have to bluff this river. Just because he hasn't really not had it, right? Every time we bet, he's had it. So I think when he doesn't have it, which he's not going to have it a lot, or he's going to have something marginal, he's going to fold that river. So we could just kind of stab profitably. Yeah, we'll stab this gutter. Okay, so it's always good to win with 6 high. Holding the jack 6. And do 6, huh? Seems like it's the hand of the day. Not gonna do anything on this board. He's been pretty passive so far, except in just a couple weird spots, but yeah, we're not gonna do much there with bottom pair. Flopping top pair. It's fine. I guess we're just kind of screwed here if he has a deuce. Hopefully he has a deuce now. We're gonna pot it, just because I think he pays us off with a deuce. Or a 6. Or king high sometimes. We'll get to see his hand here, so we'll take a look at what he had here. If I can get it to pull in here. He might be steaming a little bit. He actually did call us with king high, which was certainly in his range. King 7. Folding the jack 6. He's stealing 23% so far, so we're just going to give him credit a lot of the time. Alright, guess we just have to get it in with the 8s. Welcome to those just joining. Good to see you guys. If you're enjoying the heads up action today. Yes, you have an ace, so what? With the ace queen, we're going all the way. Flopping top pair. Against this type of player, we're just going to bet. Bet folding the turn. Checking back. Yeah. Okay. Once again, we lose kind of the minimum there. If he raises the flop, we just go broke, right? We lose. We're out of the tournament, so good for us that we don't get raised. It would have been an insanely bad turn if we were all in. Because he had spades blocking us hitting a queen, so we would have had 5% equity. Just folding here. But if you look at it, this guy's got to kind of hit us with all. He's luck boxed like 3 big hands, and we still have 800 chips. We still have 28 big blinds, so we're not gonna go crazy on an 8-8 ace-ace. Now he's already shown he's been willing to call with King X, so. Yeah, we're gonna raise the Queen 9. Standard c-bet here. Bet again. Okay. I think he's gonna have like 10x here, and he's just not gonna fold. He's either got an ace or 10 most of the time. Sometimes Queen Jack, but we have a blocker to that. King Jack, same thing. So I guess he thought maybe his King Jack would be good if he's thinking at all. So good for us that we spiked a 9 on the turn. He's not stealing that much. We just have to call here. Might have to check call this flop. Probably have the best hand here. So we're gonna bet 75. Check calling this river. A lot of bluffs in his range here. Wow. God, he just 3-outed us again. He's bluffing there too. That's the sick thing, he thought he was bluffing. Oh wow. Wow. Alright, just let us get back in this, some poker gods. Let us get back in this. Oh wow. Folds to our ace queen. This guy just ran like God this entire sit and go. So we're going to hopefully get back into this thing. It's a really bad turn. We're just going to try to get a showdown here. Probably not good most of the time here. Yeah, we're just done with this hand. Even though he's shown us some bluffs, we just have a 6, right? Yeah, he's trying for the check raise there. Trying to be tricky. Trying to be tricky dicky. Just going to start. We only have 10 big blinds, so we're going to start shipping hands. Especially when the blinds hit the next level in 3 minutes. We're going to hopefully this guy will rematch us. This is definitely the type of player you want to be playing against. I mean, okay, he's got a 30% range, but we're gonna have to shove ace-7 here. We got to gamble at some point. He looks like, because I'm short, he could be raising wider now that blinds are higher. So it looks like his steal is actually going to normalize higher than. We're just going to raise against this guy. He's folding to some steals, and our hand plays really well post flop. We don't want to just give this guy the chance just to snap us off with king high. We could still win this with skill. We don't have to get lucky here. Check folding here. Your pot, sir. King high, we might be a little more aggressive there. We're going to fold the queen deuce. Alright, we'll certainly play the 10-9. This might be worth stabbing. We can turn some equity. We can turn a 10, a 9, or a 7. You stab one more time? I don't think so. We're going to check fold this. Yeah, he's just not folding anything. He's not folding anything. Ace high, he'll call me with king high, so we'll just give it to him. Not the best right now, but I think it's worth stabbing that because he has insta-folded sometimes. So I think stabbing is good with overs. We're just gonna have to gamble. We only have 12 big blinds. He's folded to both of our pre-shops, so that's good. Dead money's always good money. We're gonna give him this one. This guy's pretty passive, so we could have a limping range on the button. I've been thinking about that. Maybe we'll polarize our limping range if we get to that point. But I kind of like this guy's just folding to some steals, I mean, so it might just be better to raise everything that we're going to play. We're just one double up away from even here, basically, so I'm not really in a rush here. I would have shoved that as well. He might be, because we've shoved on him twice, he might be kind of nut camping his opens. So we're going to look to turn some, actually, this is too good of a c-bet spot. We just have to c-bet. We don't want to get floated. We're going to bet a little bit bigger than half pot. Okay, so he's just giving up. We had some good turn cards for us. Turn a diamond or a gut or a open ender if that was possible. Yeah, it was. We could shove the turn with equity. Might have the best hand here. But we're just going to give it to him. It's fine. Whatever. Raising the 7-9. Yeah, it looks like he's kind of camping. Maybe we can sneak our way back in there. 50-100. Tempted to shove this, but it's a little bit weak. Look to play some aggressive buttons. We don't turn anything. And he shows me 6-5. Okay, Queen 8, whatever. Like I care. You're ahead of my hand, and we're definitely in shover fold mode. I think we'll just fold this one. We're just looking for our get back in the tournament flip or whatever. We're going to call, and any piece of this we'll go with. That's a piece. Wow, he's c-bet 0%. I guess we just shove and hopefully he has a 9 or 5 and calls us. Or ace-jack, that works too. And we profit, so now we're back in it. We're about even with him. Decides to call it up with ace-jack there on that board. That's pretty funny. We're going to limp the ace-3s just to see how he reacts. He might raise here because he's on tilt. Because he made a bad call. All that good stuff. See? Yeah. So if we had the nut... See, that's what I'm saying, polarizing there. We're either very weak or very strong when we limp. So next time we'll have ace-king there. So looks like he's on super tilt now. That's good. So we just have to pick a hand to get it in with that's beating him. We're going to do it again. I mean, it's only 50. It's kind of funny, man. He's won like every pot except for one big pot, and he's going to go on super tilt right now. I mean, if we could just pick up ace high here, we'd be in business, right? Because he's just getting it in every hand. Just give me ace or king high here, please. Ace or king high? Alright, 6s is good. Wow, he doesn't shove this one. Okay, whatever, dude. Alright, so we win that one. Okay, we'll go with it. Okay, we get him dominated. How about a 7 to end this thing? Oh, don't chop. Don't let him chop! That's not fair. That'll probably slow him down a little bit. Oh, he's just relentless, isn't he? Relentless. It's funny, this guy was like just being so passive the whole tournament, and now he loses one pot and he's just the crazy man. What's unfortunate is I can't pick up any ace or king highs here. In the right spots. Okay, we can go with jacks. Okay, buddy. Put it in. Okay. Alright. High cards, please. Okay. We profit. Now we have the chip lead. Do we just limp, call it off? No. Okay. I mean, I have to keep doing that and keep folding because eventually I'm just going to limp a hand that I can call it off with. I mean, we don't have to be in a rush here. I mean, we just have to pick up the right hand and we get all the chips, right? He's just kind of gone into crazy man mode. Still in crazy man mode. We want to make as much skill as we can here. So we want to have a dominating hand if possible. So far ahead of his range. I'm going to do it just because I can't let him whittle me down again, right? We just have to hold. Ugh. Okay. We'll rematch this guy if he wants to. Wow. I mean, I guess an argument can be made just for folding the king 4 there. But whatever. Whatever. I mean, we're ahead of his 100% range there. So let's see. I mean, you can't just let a guy just blow you off all of your plus EV spots, so sometimes you just got to gamble versus the maniacs. We hit our 4 on the flop, we just had to fade, but fortunately he spikes it. So we'll re-register here for another one. We'll update our challenge text. That's the kind of player you want to play right there. I mean, I just wish we could play him over and over and over again. So we'll register this next one and hopefully get somebody to sit with us fairly rapidly, and we do. That's pretty awesome. So maybe this is the same guy. We just don't know. Find out pretty quickly though. That's what's fun about these, is all the different type of players you can. So we get the button first off here. Raising the deuce 6, it's suited. Alright, for those just joining, we're playing a little bit of heads up action again today. These are fun. Player pool is weak. Build a little bit of skill, see a lot of marginal spots. It's good for you. Good for me. This guy looks like he's starting off as a nit, but you remember that guy last time started off as kind of a nit, and he just kind of just turned into a maniac once he lost the pot. So yeah. Just gonna keep the pressure on this guy. Wow. This guy even, is he sitting out? Kinda seems like he's sitting out. We're gonna raise 100% just in case. Whether he's sitting out or what? Is he sitting out? Either he just doesn't like his hands or he's sitting out, but that's not my problem, right? Playing my game. See what happens. Come on, dude, play. Alrighty then. And all these hands I would play anyway, so it's not like... I mean, I'm opening 100% of buttons anyway. He must be... That doesn't say sitting out or whatever on ignition. I never really noticed that. He just hasn't liked any of his hands, maybe. That seems kind of weird, though. He would have played a hand by now, right? Alright, well. Sometimes an easy one is good. I'm not going to sit here and just wait for him to come back. That's just ridiculous. I got better things to do. Hopefully the blinds can just get up and we get this thing over with. Move on to the next one. The funny thing is he just sat with me too. He sat with me. I was the one sitting in the seat. So he sat with me, then sat out. I don't know. Kind of weird. Oh, I wish it came back right there. This is boring. Okay, he's back. We get to play some poker. Hopefully he comes back and is just on tilt now, right? Alright, let's play. We'll call with the king 5, flopping top pair. Calling? Not a good turn. Not a good river. Yeah. Kinda gay. I mean, when he bet the turn with a straight, I mean, would he do this with a 9? I mean, what am I beating here? Do I just pay him off and then we play poker? Alright, he's just bluffing. Which is so weird that he wouldn't bet the turn with a straight. So either he's got a boat or nothing there, I think, or it's just a 9. I don't know. Let's see what he does when I limp. He's probably on tilt and gonna raise me. Yeah, I mean, human nature, right? See it over and over again. But I want to fold this. I want to be able to limp and fold some hands, so he'll continue doing it. Right? Flopping top pair. We're just gonna see if he wants to tilt, put it in here with like 4x. So I'm gonna overbet shove this. If he just put it in with 6s or something here. Oh, he's free rolling us. Oh, man. What are the odds? Why couldn't he have 8-7? This biatch is over if he has 8-7. Alright, Mr. Man. Mr. Man. Is this the same player? Could be, right? He's kind of playing similarly. Well, maybe not. I don't know. We have the nuts here. We're calling. If he bets. Oh, wow. Okay, I thought we had the nuts there. Good thing he didn't bet the river. Probably calling. I was planning on it anyway. Alright. Where did our music go? I forgot. Couldn't be as loud today. Try that one. Hold this. With the ace. He hasn't really raised that much. Not like we can just ship that. He should be bluffing this card a lot. So that's a really good river for us. Wow, can we just value shove this? He bets ace queen on the flop, right? I'm gonna value shove and try to get called by ace queen or ace jack, or ace king or ace jack. Darn. Darn. Now is a good time to pick up a big hand. Now raise me. Darn it. Oh wow. We're not gonna fold to a min bet. He'll just have like a random 10 sometimes. Alright, we're not going to squander our big chip lead here on a really dynamic board. I mean, I know he's got 100% range there. That pretty much fits 100% range pretty good. No, sir, you're going to have to play for it all. I don't know what this graphics glitch is. It's really weird. Go ahead and have a raising range here. Any piece, we're in. That's not a piece. This first 3-bet, I mean, whatever. I think he'll be a little bit wider than he would standard just because he's so far behind and whatever, human nature type stuff. For the same reason, I'm going to go ahead. Worst case scenario, we got 30% equity here. I just have to defend when I have a chip lead like this. I'm going to limp, try to get raised here. Shove it. Okay, let's go. Got a flippage. We're holding so far. One more. Boom! This guy was kind of a reggish type player. Should we play him again? Yeah, we'll just keep it going if we're able to play him again. So now we're 2-2. We'll accept this if he wants to. Let's update our challenge. Won or lost. We're now 2 of 2. Give him a chance to play if he wants to. Why not? Okay. I think he did not accept. Okay. So let's see, what do we got here? Let's register another one. Why not? It'd be nice if we could play 3 or 4 of these a day. Let's get over the hump here and get into the winners column instead of being a 50-50 player. Let's see if somebody's sitting one of the $5 ones. Nope. Okay. We'll just stay on this for now. Go. Alright. Here we go already. Nice. Wish I could. I may change my tournament indicator around here to make it not close with the tables. Wrong one. Options, settings, here we go. Close, there we go. Boom. Apply. Open. Alright. So, definitely defending the Jack 6 suited. Flop's better for him. Check fold. I'm just going to fold the 9-3 offsuit. Welcome to those just joining the stream. We're playing some more heads up today. We are, what are we today? 2-1, 2 wins, 1 loss. We were 0-1 yesterday for the brief time we did this. But we're winning for the day so far. This would get us to 3-1 for the day. It's going to be tricky to play, but I think it's not nearly as tricky if you check back and raise turns. This is a really awesome turn because if he had Jack 8, he would check raise now, maybe. There's lots of hands that would continue. Unfortunately, he doesn't have anything. We'll defend the 6-4. We have a heart. We could check raise this hand. And he might just fold the flop. And we can certainly improve. If he has like a king or a queen and wants to get stubborn, heart comes, we just check it down, right? It's not going to turn his hand into a bluff. So we have to have a check raising range there. I think that's a good hand. So marginal. We're going to just call. And wow, he's just potting. Strange. Okay, well, if we hit our straight, I guess maybe he pots it then too. I don't know. Don't know what this guy's doing yet. Seems pretty aggressive though. So when our player's aggressive, it's better just to tighten up a little bit and widen your playback range. So we'll do that. That's our initial adjustment here. We'll certainly raise a hand as strong as King 9 offsuit. That's a good board for us. Betting. Imagine he would. This type of player, even though we have a small sample, would probably have a lot of be 3-betting a lot of his aces. We'll just play pretty straightforward with the minor adjustments we've made. We'll add this to our limping range. Hopefully he has a king. Nope, did not have a king. Guess it's better for him to have king than a 4. I'm check folding this. Matches his limping range. Check fold this turn as well. Just trying to get him off like queen high, jack high, whatever, king high. Have to bet this one. Almost our favorite hand. It's a good board for us. Okay, so I think what this guy does is whenever he has any equity, semi-strong hand, he just goes for the gusto. If we had a gut shot here, we would call. Just because we know we're getting the rest probably when we spike our hand. So, I mean, if that's actually the way he's playing, it's very easy to play against. When he pots it, just fold something not top pair or better, and it doesn't have a good chance of spiking a strong hand on the turn. Otherwise, just fold. I mean, he could be doing this with like a 7x, so I will definitely be raising a pretty wide range when he does this. We'll see. Like gut shots and over cards and, you know, that kind of thing. He obviously can't just have it every time, right? He's done that in that spot 3 or 4 times now. Go ahead and fold this. We got to be getting close to the next level, right? Got to be getting close. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and lead. Looks like he's playing a little bit tighter in limped pots. I don't know. You see about 100%. That's 2 of 2 only though. So blinds go up, we get aces. We get call. We're checking back for pot control. Good turn. Checking back again. Betting or calling. We're just gonna pot it here. I mean, either has a king, queen, or deuce, or he has nothing. So not folding any of those hands. I'm just gonna check fold this. We can't really rep an ace. We can rep a 7 though. Bet folding this river because I think he just has an ace a lot here. Or sets or something. Be very polarized there. I'm not sure what he's calling the turn there with. It's an interesting call. This board is good for us. Turn a gut shot. Don't want to get blown off my equity. We still have showdown value. Alright. Yeah, I'm just gonna check back here. Ah, that sucks. Guess he's just calling with backdoor diamonds and king high. I thought there was a chance he didn't have much. He had like 8-7 or something, or open-ended, whatever. Sometimes just has worse than queen high. Okay. I don't know. There's some players I would raise this, but I don't think he's that unbalanced. I think he's just been betting when he has it and being very passive otherwise. Just an idea. We have a gut shot here. I said I would float if I had a gut shot. I'm going to go ahead and do that just to try and spike a straight. He doesn't pot the turn, so he must hate that card. Either that or he has ace king and we're just screwed here. I mean, whatever. If you got king 9, you got me, buddy. Alright, we got him. We got him. So plan worked. He had top pair just like we suspected. Wasn't willing to fold it. We profit. It's not like we were putting more money in the hand or anything. So we get him to stick it in with a 5-4 here. He's drawing dead to a gut shot now. And we profit. We would definitely want to play this guy again. He's pretty easy to play. He's declined the match, however. So we're now 2-1 for the day. That's good. Let's sit another one of these. How long have we been playing today? I'm going to register it just in case. I might unregister here if we've been playing too long. we've been streaming for 50 minutes. We got time for one more. I do have to go out and run some errands, but I'll play one more. We're not going to book a win. We're going to go ahead and try to win another one of these. Worst case scenario, we're 50-50 for the day. So we're 3 and... Actually, you know what? What are we... Oh, okay, we're... We started the day at 0-1, and we're 3-2 now. So we're 3-1 for the day, right? So even if I lost this next one, we'd still be up for the day. So that's good. So we're free rolling the winning day here. We'll be either up 30 for the day or up 10. That's assuming somebody sits with us quick enough here. If a couple 3 or 4 minutes go by and nobody sits, we'll just call it a winning day and then move on. Go do my errands. All that good stuff. So yeah, thanks for the guys just joining us. If you're just joining us, we are playing Heads Up Sit and Goes today, and No Limit Hold'em. I guess that's really just kind of what we have to do here on Ignition. There's even a slight, I'm noticing a slight bit of lag when I one table today. That's not good, but at least it's manageable. So we're gonna go ahead and stick with these for now until either conditions get improved and we can go back to cash games. And other than that, I'm just learning PLO on the side. I'm not going to stream it really anymore, I don't think. Maybe sometimes. You guys let me know if you really want to see that. I have trouble. It's a hard game because it's a new game for me, so it's hard for me to think, talk, make the stream interesting, semi-interesting, and do well. I just feel like I spew when I play on stream. Other than that, I am doing well at it so far. You want to see my graph for this week in PLO. I'm basically just trying to learn the game at 10 PLO right now. So you can see my graph. Red line sucks. Actually, that's all of my hands at that includes some hold'em from way back. So let me just go all Omaha here. So that's my overall graph. You can see I start out really bad, and this week I am here. So and yeah, I mean the main reason that my graph isn't so good is because there includes some shots at 25 PLO. Just filter for the 10 PLO. All dates, we're doing pretty good. We're back to the land of the profitable after a pretty poor start. Yeah, I dumped a ton of money right off the bat. We've kind of grown it back up. Around this point, I kind of took a little break from playing, and I reread some old information books, watched some strategy videos, and kind of just went back to just basics, and I kind of grinded, did okay for a little bit, and then something just started clicking. And since then I've just done really well. I think that was around June 12th that all that happened. So for the last 13,000 odd hands or whatever, I'm 22 big blinds per 100 EV, which is more than acceptable for me, right? I know that's a small sample, but I mean getting there, right? Getting there. We're going to try and continue getting there in PLO. I kind of want to grow my bankroll up to in the 500-600 range before I take another shot at 25 PLO. Not in a rush, I'm still learning, so why not just risk the minimum while I'm learning, and if I get to be decent, the money's just going to flood in, hopefully, once I am moving up. But I just don't want to dump a whole bunch of money into this when I'm learning. And 10 PLO on WPN is actually, there's some decent players. There's a lot of fish. It's got about the same mix as 25 PLO. So yeah, so get good, aggressive shot take, go from there. That's basically the strategy. Nobody's sat with us yet. Let's see if somebody's sitting in a $5 game that we can get into quicker. Doesn't look like it. Alright, so we're going to give it exactly 1 more minute for somebody to sit with us. And then we will call it a session. Did I count down? Eh. It'd be nice if these ran like one right after the other. I guess they do sometimes. I mean, we did get our second and third games pretty quickly there. Okay, we got one more. Man, he just made it by the skin of his teeth, too. We had like 30 seconds there. Alright. Well, let's do this. Let's do this. We're going to go for 3 and 1 today. 3 and 1. Or 3 and 2. Whichever is fine. If we could play 5 of these a session, a stream, that would be pretty good. Right off the bat, you're just going to make it 200, huh? We don't have any read on this guy, so we're not going to call with the 9-10. This might be our buddy, the show and teller again. That'd be pretty cool. Definitely want to play against this guy if that's the case. Yeah, I think this is the type of player we're just gonna have to win our money in big chunks. It's kind of the nature of the game. I mean, not much else we can do. We're just gonna try and realize our equity here. We're not gonna raise here at any point. Let's get a showdown. He has a deuce. Okay. Unfortunate for us. Unfortunate for us. We'll just keep playing. Yeah, this guy's talking in chat, so that's good. We'll let him talk all he wants. And hopefully he'll just maniac himself right out of this thing. This may not be the same player. Just somebody similar, maybe. Because this guy's kind of just doing it right off the bat. Over bet slightly. I guess if we hit trips or 2 pair, we can just get the rest. Turn a gut shot. Go ahead and just go for it. Alright, we're not going to get him off anything, so we'll just try to realize our equity. He just had 9 high, so I guess we adjust to that, right? Guess we just adjust to this play machine. It just seems to be, I mean, the way you play this type of player is you just go for thin value. You kind of check call your medium strength hands, let him bluff, and that's it. I mean, pretty simple stuff. So we'll do that. It'd be cool if he just shows every hand. He's probably got queen 6. That's why he's showing the 6. So we flop top pair. We're just gonna go with our strategy of letting him bluff, and we'll just keep going. Keep bluffing. Keep bluffing. How about one more time you bluff? That tells me he's got a 7 this time. He thinks he has 2 pair. He has 3 pair. So there you go. Now we're back to even. All that shenanigans that he had was all for naught. He just gave us the money right back. This is the type of player you'd want to play over and over and over. Over and over and over. If we could play this guy every time, we would be rich. Assuming he moved up in stakes with us, right? So yeah. Love playing this type of player. It's a lot of fun. I'll go ahead and limp. We're going to play just small pots with him, if we can. Yeah, something he'll call. Did he just min raise? Yeah, probably do 6. I think he shows both if he's bluffing. Let's see what he does when I do this. I was hoping he had like ace 10 there. I don't really want to play out of position with that type of hand against this player. We also are building an image, like maybe sometime he would maybe he'll stack off later, wider later down the road. We turn a gut shot. Calling. It's fine. I mean, he'll just as likely have 8 high there. So we kind of have the nuts there against his range. I mean, if you play in the exact hands, he's going to feel brilliant, but otherwise, which he said brilliant in the chat, by the way. It can kind of be like watching paint dry to play this type of player, but whatever, right? I like watching paint dry. I also like printing money, which is kind of what we're doing here. This guy raised, last time didn't he have like Jack 8 when he raised pre-flop? I'm just gonna push my pre-flop equities, right? Unfortunately, we keep getting these runouts. So I kind of think we have the nuts most of the time here. Wow. So I guess he's got a 10 here, or straight. Could also have ace high. We're not going to call for a tournament, unfortunately. But I think we're good there a lot on that river. Honestly, we're just not flopping anything. We're going to try and turn our gut shot here. Let him keep bluffing. Go ahead and bet here. And he has a deuce. Lovely. Okay. Go ahead and bet the 4-8. We gotta raise something, right? And we flop. Pretty good for us. Once again, we're just gonna call him down. He's being like hyper aggressive. So we just have to pay him off if he happens to have it. Wow. I mean, I just don't know. Does he just have it when he does this? I kind of think he's bluffing small when he doesn't have it. I don't know. I think he's going to show it every time if it's a bluff, so I feel like it's a good fold there. We're going to lead with our pair here. Makes it play a lot easier. We'll give him a chance to bluff his missed hands. And he has nothing, which is standard. A limp. All you gotta do is just flop top pair, right? Which hasn't happened yet. And he'll just give us the rest. Oh. And hopefully he just gives us the rest now. We're not gonna bet. We're gonna bet small to induce here. Darn, he didn't raise this time with a bluff. He's been raising as a bluff a lot. Unfortunately, he doesn't do it. Probably head showdown value, that's why. And we're gonna take a break from this hand. Having the kings. Go and see a flop. Try to get some value out of him. Darn. It's kind of funny, the 2 or 3 times we've kind of had the nuts, he just has been very passive. Times we haven't had it, he's kind of just been a maniac. We have to push this. We have to push our pre-flop equities when we can. We can't just whiff and then just check the side, right? Kind of have the nuts here, right? Unless he has a jack. I'm gonna min raise the turn. I don't want to have to call 2 big bets. I totally think he's got nothing here most of the time. Wow. That's strange. He's been playing aggressively pre-flop with his aces, so I was just discounting that. Darn. But it's okay. We have to call the min bet. It's basically a check on the river. We're going to limp, put it in here. Another one of these award-winning flops, so we can't do anything. Alright. nothing again, but a weak spade draw. Got shot. Rivering a straight. I guess we just try to let him bet. Darn it. I guess we could make an argument for betting that river, since he's going to call with any piece, but I thought he might bluff too, or bet with any piece. It looks like maybe he's settled into kind of a camping, trying to camp to just get it in now. Which kind of sucks, because I'd rather him be playing the other way when stacks are getting shorter. Because now he's just playing straightforward and kind of blows. But we're good here with the king high. We'll keep grinding this out. We're not going to give up. We're basically almost one double up from being back in this. He's not raising anymore, unfortunately, when we limp, so that kind of just flew out the window. It's like a new person almost took over the controls here. Just challenging. So I guess we just go into shove mode now. We only have 12 big blinds. Yeah, he's not raising anymore when we limp, so I mean, it's kind of pointless to try for that anymore. Trapping again. We're just going to play pretty straightforward. Fluffing a gut shot. I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious when we hit it, but we have to, I guess for a min bet, we have to try and go for it. We don't get there, but this guy's kind of stationy, so we're just going to pick fold. We just don't have enough money to splash there. Enough chips. So I expect to get called wide. So I'm just going to shove eights. So now it's just basically range over range type stuff. Folding the jack 3. Basically batting the same hand. I have a feeling this might be the same guy as before. I don't know. Alright, looks like the money might be going in. This guy's pretty tight on his pre-flop opens. Here we go, dominating. So far, so good. How did I know that was coming, guys? We will play him again if he accepts. But he declined. So a little unfortunate there. We were back in it. We finally got the hand we were looking for. But, yeah, I can't say we honestly played that great, but we did kind of just run bad as well. So I can't really complain. But we're still up for the day. Hey, Mr. Perfecto. Good to see you. It's still laggy on Ignition. That's why I'm one-tabling and playing heads up, sit and goes. For one thing, they're fun. I think I have a big edge in them. And I think I didn't want to play PLO streaming anymore just because it's hard enough for me to do well at PLO without streaming and trying to talk about it at the same time. I thought it was big time minus EV. And I think people mostly are tuning in for my challenge to see No Limit Hold'em. So we're going to try and run it up playing these heads up sit and goes for now. And go from there. So we're 3-2 for today. So it's a winning day. It's not as good as it could have been. Got a little bit of bad luck there in a couple. But we won 3, lost 2. I mean, if we do that every day, we're going to have a lot of money won very soon. So we'll look to do this again very soon. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I did want to remind everybody, if they didn't know this already, I was invited to be an affiliate of Twitch. So you might see that there's a subscribe button above my name now, or somewhere around here. So if you wanted to subscribe to the stream and support me, you can do that now. I know some of you in the past had asked that, if it was possible. Or you can just, I mean, I have a way to tip as well on the bottom if you want to support me that way. It doesn't matter. I'm not asking for it. I'm just making you aware of it, because some people do ask me this stuff, like, how can I send you money? Because you're helping my game, whatever. And there's 2 ways for you to do it now, just so you know. If you subscribe, I'm getting just a couple bucks. Not a big deal. But it would be appreciated. I don't make anything off of the stream otherwise. Just whatever I make in poker is what I make, basically on this. So if you would just share the stream, if you're enjoying it, if you really like me playing these heads up sit and goes, let me know that as well. Let me know what you want to do. I mean, I'll do it, man. I'm fine. If I get a lot of feedback that somebody wants me to do something different, I'll do it. I'm going to keep it interesting, fresh, whatever. So thanks everybody for watching today. We will talk to you soon.